We've all been there. It's the first week of the year, a time meant for fresh starts and new horizons, but instead of looking forward, your mind is pulled backward. You replay a conversation from 6 months ago. You obsess over a mistake you made at work. You are caught in a mental loop that feels impossible to escape. Welcome to English Smarties, the place where you practice your English and learn new things about the world around you. Today we are exploring a silent thief of your happiness, rumination. We'll look at why our brains get stuck on repeat and the simple scientific steps you can take to finally break free. To stop rumination, we first need to understand what it is. In psychology, rumination is often called perseverative thinking, but let's use a simpler term. It's a mental loop. It is the act of dwelling on your problems or your past failures without actually finding a solution. It is a unique kind of hard work that produces nothing. While it might feel like you are analyzing your life or thinking deeply, there is a big difference between healthy reflection and rumination. Reflection is like using a map. You look at where you went wrong, you find a new path, and you move forward. Rumination, however, is like being stuck in the mud. The more you rev the engine of your thoughts, the deeper you sink. There is a lot of noise and a lot of energy, but you aren't moving. Have you noticed that overthinking often gets worse in January? This is because of something called the fresh start effect. Usually the new year gives us a boost of motivation. We feel like we can leave our old mistakes in the past. However, this fresh start can also be a trap. When we set big goals for the new year, we naturally start comparing our current self to our perfect self. If you aren't where you wanted to be by now, your brain starts to feel uncomfortable. To fix this discomfort, your brain tries to think its way out of the problem. Instead of taking small steps to improve, the mind goes back into the past to investigate why you failed before. You become a judge in a trial against yourself. This is the fuel for the ruminating mind. We think that by worrying more, we are solving more. In reality, we are just strengthening the loop. Why is it so hard to just stop thinking? To answer that, we have to look at how the brain is wired. Imagine your brain has two main modes. The first is the internal mode, the default mode network. This is where your inner monologue lives, the voice in your head that tells the story of who you are. The second is the external mode, the executive control network. This is the part of your brain that solves math problems, learns English vocabulary, and focuses on the world around you. When you ruminate, the internal mode becomes hyperactive. It's like a radio that is turned up to maximum volume. Because it's so loud, you can't hear the external mode. This is why, when you are stressed about the past, you can't focus on your English studies. Your brain is literally too busy talking to itself to listen to anything else. The good news is that rumination is a habit, not a permanent part of who you are. Since it's a mechanical habit of the brain, the solution is also mechanical. You don't need willpower, you need a reset. The first step is to create distance. Usually, when we have a bad thought, we believe it is true. Instead of saying, I am a failure, try saying, I am having a thought that I am a failure. This small change in your English, moving from I am to I am having, is incredibly powerful. It reminds you that you are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. Science shows that you can't just stop a thought, but you can replace it. If you catch yourself ruminating, give your brain a task that requires 100% of your focus for just 2 minutes. Do a difficult crossword puzzle, try a complex breathing exercise, or study 5 new English idioms. This forces your brain to switch from internal mode back to external mode. Once the loop is broken, it is much easier to stay out. Rumination loves the word why. Why did I say that? Why am I like this? Why is a big abstract question that has no end. To break the loop, switch to how. How can I do this better next time? How can I learn one new word today? How leads to action. And action is the enemy of overthinking. Before we go, I want to hear from you. What is one mental loop or thought that you are choosing to leave behind in the past year? And more importantly, what is one how question you are going to focus on today? Sharing your thoughts in the comments is a great way to practice your English and commit to your growth. As we move through this new year, remember that your mind is like a garden. If you focus only on the weeds of the past, nothing new can grow. The new year isn't a magic wand, it's just a door. Whether you walk through it or stay stuck at the entrance depends on your ability to catch these mental loops and choose a different path. Don't be too hard on yourself. Learning to manage your thoughts is just like learning English. It takes time, practice, and a little bit of patience. Thank you for joining us at English Smarties. If you found this video helpful, be sure to come back for more, and remember, stay curious.